Shalom Israel, Shalom, Shalom. Brother Nakwam, watchman for Israel, coming back at you with these precepts and another cold cut, giving, of course, all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach, Malak Abushai. Double honors to the elect elders of the house of David that's been in this truth for decades and decades, patiently waiting for the second coming of Yahweh Shai. A hearty shalom to you, mighty men that go out there and labor and do the work of the Most High, presenting your body as a living sacrifice and doing things for the elect's sake, pushing this truth and magnifying the ministry. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the men that may not be out there in the highways and byways as of yet, but they're working on it. They're getting built up in the spirit. They're praying, fasting, studying, being diligent, and abounding in the work of the Lord. And last but not least, shalom to the Akwath out there, the sincere sisters out there, holding it down in the households, reverencing their husbands, being submissive, being diligent, and moving in the spirit of our righteous foremothers in the last days. Shalom to everybody on the live. Destruction to America. Kyoko Banyamyan. Yahweh over everything. Trey Allah. Jeremy Cade. Young H.I. brother, and everybody else tuning in, and most high willing that will tune in. The topic of this live stream is blood moons, fearful sights in the heavens. And I believe I titled it "And the End," right? And shalom to brother Marcus Fraser and Bangal, what's up, House of Manessa, man? Right? Cynthia Cormier and everybody else is going to tune in. I want to kick it off with the book of Luke, chapter 21 to 25. Right? First I want to go to Isaiah, the 21st chapter. Right? First I want to go to Isaiah chapter 21. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 21 and verse 4. It reads, "My heart painted, it's like my heart panted, fearfulness affrighted me, the night of my pleasure hath he turned into fear for me." Let me read that again. And this is because you have the prophet looking at the signs of the end of the world. When you read this chapter, he's saying the downfall of Babylon, right? This is a twofold prophecy, historically, but also more of a prophecy dealing with the downfall of Babylon the Great. And he sees the fearful signs and he sees the judgments coming to the earth. So what does it say? Isaiah 21 and 4. My heart panted, meaning your mind is racing. Your mind is at wit's end. You know, it reads, fearfulness affrighted me. The night of my pleasure hath he turned into fear unto me. Now the night of your pleasure is what? Jake, you out there, you damn walking with your woman, getting drunk. You might be at the boardwalk. You might be downtown, or you might be on a date. You know, you might be with your kids at the beach or something. You might be caked up watching the movie. You know, binge watching your favorite Netflix show, watching your favorite sports team. That's the night of your pleasure. The night of your pleasure is when you get to go to sleep, relax. You might take a couple of shots. You might drink some wine. The Lord said in these last days, the night of my pleasure hath he turned into fear unto me. So how did the Most High turn the night of your pleasure into fear? Because the Most High has these blood moons ruining your damn night, man. If you in the spirit, and then you're going to rejoice. I'll put it like that. If you in the spirit and you believe in the Most High, you're going to rejoice. But if you in the world, that's not for your glory. That blood moon is for your destruction. That blood moon is the sign of the end of the world. And for brothers that haven't been watching, you've had a blood moon. Some brothers said, 10 days straight. I've heard other brothers say 12 days straight. Some said 9 days straight, right? But it's somewhere in between that 10 to 12 days straight. It's been blood moons. When the moon begins to rise and take over the night, it's pitch dark red. Now you can say, hold on, I never seen it. Last time I checked, hey, well, look, the servants of the Lord saw it, right? And brothers been putting it all over Twitter, all over Instagram, Every time we saw it last night, man. I just came back to Baltimore this afternoon or this morning, and Salakia, and we saw the moon, same blood moon, And then I looked online to see if anybody else saw it, and everybody was like, okay, look, it's a blood moon coming in. And we saw a chariot, man. These are the fearful sights from heaven. Let's read on in Isaiah chapter 21. Isaiah 21 and 5. Prepare the table, watch in the watchtower, Eat, drink, arise, ye princes, and anoint the shield. And we're watching in the watchtower. We don't have a physical building outside of our house, or if you live in an apartment or a condo, whatever. There's no actual building you go to when you go get into the prophecies, right? But the watchtower is this Bible, this knowledge, right? This is the watchtower that you occupy yourself in. And you're constantly looking at the signs of the end of the world, that you may warn the people of the impending danger coming to them, right? Verse 6, Isaiah 21:6. It reads, "For thus hath the Lord said unto me, Go, set a watchman, let him declare what he seeth." And the Lord has set watchmen, man. All right, the Lord has set watchmen, and they're declaring what they're seeing. And that's why we keep telling you, hey, brothers, you got to make sure that you occupy in prophecies. Make sure that you're watching. Make sure that you're praying. Make sure that you're diligent. You know? Why? Because at any given second, hey, it can hit the fan. When the Lord said like a thief in the night, you think that the Lord was playing? You think the Most High just said that to hear himself talk? Or the Most High didn't have nothing else to put in the Bible, and he just said, well, just put it like a thief in the night. No, the Lord meant that, man. You know? And you can see how it's playing out on the earth. You can see how China is still talking that talk. They just said, if I'm not mistaken, Israel, one of their ships just got bombed or attacked, right? Let me see if I can find that. I just saw that about 30 minutes ago. You know, I'll see if I can pull it up again, where I really didn't have that prepared, right? But bear with me, right? They just said that Israel was attacked, man. The attack on the ship Mercer Street in the Gulf of Oman is revenge for the attack Israel did in Syria last week. See that? So things are going down, man. While you sitting around, damn, ordering the deep dish and getting into folly, and you got nations attacking nations. It's beginning to be less talk and more action. And you just had the largest earthquake that just hit Babylon the Great not too long ago, off the coast of Alaska. And I was praying that a tsunami came and destroyed Alaska. But the Lord kind of calmed the waves down. But it was like an 8.2 earthquake. And that's the largest earthquake that ever hit Babylon the Great. You know? So that's a foreshadowing of the earthquake to come when you read Revelation, the 11th chapter, and Revelation, the 16th chapter. Right? Let's go to Luke chapter 21. Let's go to Luke chapter 21 and 25. So we have to touch on the signs of the end of the world, man, and all of these prophecies. Right. See, the brother went into, he said, Biden is going to allow eviction moratorium expire. A lot of people are going to go homeless. See, they evicting a lot of people in New York right now. A lot of people in New York, they're getting forced out of their homes. And now he's saying a lot of people, look, you're not going to be able to work, go to restaurants, go to the movie theaters. What else? What else, Jake? They said you're not going to be allowed to go in public stores unless you got that poison inside of you. Now, if you don't know what the poison is, then I don't know what to tell you. But they're limiting and restricting you, you know, from damn being a civilian, man. You can't even go nowhere, you know? And a lot of people, they're saying, okay, look, they're kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They're kind of folding. They're kind of breaking. They're saying, okay, look, if I'm not going to be able to go to my job, I was willing not to be able to go to Walmart because I would just go to Target, you know. But look, if I can't go to my job, look, just put that poison in my arm. You had Cuomo, whatever that guy named in New York. He said that the brother said that the damn devil, the devil said, hey, look, we're going to convince you, and we're going to get you in the car. We're going to take you somewhere. We're going to get that thing in your arm. That's what he said. You know? So, you know, and all that's happening with the signs of the end of the world. Right? But before I keep going on, let's go to Luke 21 and 25. right? Let's go to Luke chapter 21 and 25. It reads, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roar. And you have many signs of the end of the world, man. You got nation against nation. You got famines. You got pestilence. You got earthquakes. You understand? You got the famine of the word kicking off. You have many different signs to let you know you're approaching the end of the world. And this is the major sign that you're living in right now. This is speaking expressly, man. It says there should be signs in the sun. Now, I'm not sure if brother saw the sun, right? Let me see if I can get the sun, right? Like I said, I'm just going in the spirit. I didn't prepare a lot of information. I didn't go on a lot of tabs to have ready. But, you know, what I am pulling up is all moving in the spirit. Now, this was the sun. Right now, this was July 20th. This was a few days ago. You see that? And then it was like that the following day. Right? It's the same day. See that? That's not a normal thing to see the sun dark red like that. Now you might see this see the sun real bright, or might be kind of covered up, but it's not normal to have consecutive days when the sun is dark red. Right? And we got our brothers posted that from the WFI Instagram page. That was July 20th. And you have it again. This is 2 days ago. And the sun is dark red. It's not just, I believe these brothers, they're brothers from the Philly, Jersey camp posted it. But it's not just Philly, Jersey. It's also, I've seen it in Baltimore, seen it in other parts of the East Coast, you know. And you got people on the comment board, I still didn't see it, right? Well, it's too late. If you didn't see it, you didn't see it. You can't go back in time. You don't own a time machine. If you didn't see it, guess what? It is what it is. That's why you got to constantly be watching, man. You got to be on the internet, going to the damn alternative media sites, kind of hitting that refresh button, looking outside. You might see a chariot go by. You might record it. You might go outside and see the blood moon, get back online. You're looking for the websites. You're checking out the prophecies. You RT News. You kind of in this thing, man. Right? So it says, people said on the comment board, is that the moon, Ak? See that people trying to figure out if that's the moon. No, that's the sun. See that Judite News said, I've been seeing it for a few weeks now up here in Minneapolis. What did Yahweh say? He said there shall be signs in the sun. And this is Slaki, this is not too long after the eclipse. You know? You just had an eclipse not long ago. Let's go to Genesis 1 and 14. I'm going to go back to Luke. But let's go to Genesis 1 and 14. Right? Genesis chapter 1 and 14. It reads, and the Most High said, now we really know that word God is the Elohim, the powers, Yahweh Shah and the angels, right? And it reads, and the Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, right? Let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and Slakia and years, man. So one of the key purposes of the sun and the moon is not just to be bright, right? It's not just to let the plants grow, you know. It's not just for something to look at. That's not what, everything has a purpose. Everything created by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has a purpose, right? I tell you that in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 11, that the Most High made everything beautiful in His time. You see that? So everything was made beautiful. Everything has a purpose, and it was created to be manifest in this particular time. Just like the stars. The stars aren't there for you to wish upon and make wishes. The sun isn't there just for you to get, you know, just to be hot. You know? They're created to dominate the day and dominate the night. You understand? To allow man to see the works of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua on the earthly level under this firmament, but also they're set up on a twofold level for signs, to transition the seasons, to count the days, and to remember the years. Now I wanted to go to that word signs in the Hebrew. I believe I know it already, right? But that word signs, if you had a concordance, is H226. And it means, check this out. This word sign for Genesis 1:14, it says a sign or signal, a distinguishing mark, a banner, remembrance, miraculous sign, an omen, or a warning. Hey, that's a mean definition. See, with the blue letter, you got to kind of have discernment, right? You got to kind of know, in the spirit, what it's talking about. So the main definitions for when it says it should be for signs and seasons is an omen or a warning. Now, what is the definition of an omen? Right? So an omen, Slaki, bear with me. That's what it means, and that's what that word signs means. You can say omen or a warning. Right? Bear with me. Slaki, I'm gonna get the definition of an omen. Omen, it says prophetic significance, a sign, an event regarded as a portent of good or evil. So pretty much an omen is a sign letting you know evil is coming. See that? So the sun and the moon are set up as warnings and signs that let you know either good is coming or evil is coming. And both are coming. Good for the children of Israel and evil for the other nations. You see that? That's what that sun, how it looks, that pitch dark red, that's good for us, man. We call upon the name of the Lord. We say, Thawadi Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahweh. Call Allah Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahweh. But that's also pertinent, like the definition says, for evil coming to the nations. Because that's a sign of their end. It's a sign of our beginning, and it's balanced out on a scale as a sign of their end. Let's go to Sirach real quick before we go back to Luke. Let's go to Sirach chapter 36. Right? Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 36 and verse. I'll start at 5. I'll start at 3. Now, when you read Sirach chapter 36 and you read verses 1 through 17, it's a beautiful prayer that goes into the destruction of your enemies. Remember, not every prayer is for wisdom and love, right? And you got certain prayers for the Most High to kill the heathen, man. You got brothers saying, don't throw that up. You should love the heathen. Well, if the Lord loved everybody, why did he instruct you on how to ask for them to be destroyed? How does the Lord love everybody? Surely if the Lord loved everybody, you wouldn't have damn near entire chapters targeted on teaching the Israelite man how to ask Yahweh Shah to kill the so-called white man, and the African man, and the Chinese man, and the East Indian man, and the Hawaiian man, and the damn Arab man, and all the damn heathen, man. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this prayer, which is a curse, This is Sirach chapter 36 and verse 3. Lift up thy head. I'll start at 1. Sirach 36 and 1. Have mercy upon us, O Lord God of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. So that's what we're praying. We're praying that the Most High sends his fear upon all the other nations, man, through signs and chariot sightings and wonders and miraculous signs. Verse 3. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations and let them see thy power. As thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us. And let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no God but only thou, O God. And that's what we want the world to know. Because did Buddha make the blood moon? Where in the book of Buddha or whatever they got going on, I could care less, did Buddha prophesy the blood moon? When did Allah and that rock god in Mecca prophesy of the fearful sightings that you see right now? What about Shiva? For you damn Hindus, man, and you East Indians. You're so-called gods and goddesses of destruction. What about Apollo? That word you I knew a brother when I was in the world in school in college. He said he still worshiped the Greek gods. No, this was after school. I was at this job. He said he still worships Zeus. He still worships Aphrodite. He still worships Hera and Apollo. He said to this day. I was trying to say, look, we the Israelites. You know, I was breaking it down to him. He said, no, I worship the Greek gods. Well, look, you keep doing that. You keep doing that. You keep worshiping Zeus. You know? They're not prophesying of the fearful sightings that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua prophesied of, man. That's why it says, let the heathen know that there is no God but only thou, O God. Right? Let's read on. It says, show new signs. It's a prayer. Show new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. Make the time short. And time is being short, man. Days are going by quicker. Weeks are flying by. Damn, it's almost August already. Where the hell did July go? So the Lord said, make the time short. Remember the covenant and let them declare thy wonderful works. So the part I want to touch on is Sirach 36:6. Show new signs and make other strange wonders. And that's what the Most High is doing. The Most High is answering your prayer. He's making new signs. He's showing other strange wonders. He's glorifying his hand and his right arm, huh? Right now, I want to pull this up. This is bear with me. Now, this is the blood moon. This from 12/17 yesterday, right? It's hard to see it. Get the color, how we got it on camera. This is see if I can get this. So you might have to just look it up on your own, right? This is from a few days ago, right? You can see that. Amos sent this to us when he was driving back from Detroit, right? Dark red, man. So, you know, and we've been sending this every time we see the blood moon. This from that day, this from this past Monday. Right? See that? Kind of took that picture, man. We was kind of out, you know, showing brotherly love, you know, being with the Akim. And then we looked up and behold, and Yaradan saw the blood moon, you know, and then we kind of looked up, said, what the hell? Then the Aqua, they saw the Chariot kind of go by. And then we kind of got quiet for a minute. And then we kind of start talking about the prophecies, right? So these are the fearful sightings and other strange wonders. Now you might have a blood moon. Now you might have it once. Now it might even be a full moon. A lot of times when you see a blood moon, it happens on a full moon. And that's the only way Esau can describe it. Esau says, okay, when it's a full moon and it's in the partial eclipse and the sunlight. And look, this devil, and this isn't being covered. This devil doesn't know what's going on. You know, and I said that before, man, on the call we had yesterday. I said, hey, look, this is getting no media coverage. It's not on CNN. It's not on Fox News. It's not on MSNBC. It's not on the Weather Channel. It's not on the Sci-Fi Channel. It's not on your damn Science Channel. It's not on your anything. Nobody. It's like a complete gag order on talking about the blood moon that has been out for damn near 9 days straight. 9 to 10 days straight. When the moon rises, it's damn dark red, but nobody knows what's going on. And show these devils, they know what's going on, huh? But they don't want to put it out there. A lot of the times they don't want to instill fear in the people. Right now, they already got a program working. They're trying to get the people worried about taking the poison. They're trying to condition the people by paying them $100 to take it. Biden is trying to play mind games on them, telling them you're not as smart as I thought you were. So a lot of people feeling bad. Well, Biden didn't think I'm so smart. I might as well get the poison. So a lot of people They already have a plan for them, but the Most High is kind of interrupting them. But they don't want the people to know what the Most High is doing, because then the scientists are going to have to try to explain that. But the scientists have already laid the foundation on how they believe the blood moon operates. So they're going to have to go back and throw away all their notes and all of the hundreds of years of research, ball it all up, because they can't explain how these blood moons are not only on a full moon, but it's like a half moon, crescent, damn, waning gibbous. All of these different phases of the moon, it's been dark red every night, and Esau can explain it. Right? But let's go back to Luke 21 and 25, man. Right? Luke chapter 21 and 25. That's right. You had Kamala Harris talking about love thy neighbor. She tried to open up the Bible. You know? Kind of open up the Bible and said, well, you know, it is scripture. Everybody, and I look, she's not going to make it. And Biden, and they're saying they might pull Biden out of office. You know, they're saying he can't function. He's senile, and they may get him out of office. Now, we don't know, right? We don't know, right? But that's beside the point. This is Luke 21 and 25 again. And there shall be, and actually, before I go back to 25, let's read Luke 21 and 5. All right, to get the context. Luke chapter 21 and 25. It's like Luke 21 and 5. It reads, and as some spake of the temple, how it was adorned with goodly stones and gifts, he said, as for these things which ye behold, the days will come, in the which there shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And they were literally talking about the buildings back then. They pointed to the temple Herod was building. They pointed to the damn amphitheater. They pointed to all of the precious stones and mansions, and they kind of glorified it. Just like Jake now, man. You know, you might go to a city, you might look at the skyscrapers, you might say, oh man, the building is tall. Oh, look how they designed that building, and look at the architecture, and check out the construction work, and that's what they were doing, man. Kind of glorifying the works of man. Yahweh shall reminded them and said, hey, guess what? The days are coming where everything's going to be thrown down. Now, not only was he talking about 70 AD, right, when Titus and Vespasian came and put an end to the Israelite kingdom, for lack of better terms, on the earth, but he was also talking about what? He was also talking about the days we're living in now. All of the different buildings, right? Your damn bridge in London, your Statue of Liberty. And Esau always make an end time movie about apocalypse, and it's a Statue of Liberty destroyed. They always show that. It might be half covered in sand. You know, they might show the damn Las Vegas sign being covered in sand, destroyed. Empire State Building might be covered over like I Am Legend with damn vines and trees and grass. Hey, the days of I Am Legend are coming back on the earth, man. You know, the days of I Am Legend, the days of the Book of Eli, right? The days of the road. I'm not sure if brother saw the road, but that's a good one too. Lockdown 2025. You know, they had a movie called This Is How It Ends, right? So all this is coming back on the earth. So Yahweh Shah told him these stones are going to be thrown down. But let's read on. And Luke 21 and 7. And he asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign? We keep reading about signs. You read it in Genesis 1 and 14. We read it in Sirach chapter 36. Now we're reading in Luke 21. What signs? Meaning what omen? Now we went to that word in the Hebrew for signs. I also want to go into it for the Greek. And the Greek for Luke 21 and verse 7, right? Now we went to it in Genesis 1 and 14, and that word signs in the Hebrew, it literally means an omen or a warning. All right, so we're going to see if in the Greek there's anything different, understanding that the New Testament, right, was translated in the Greek. Now that word is I'm gonna play it out loud.
G 4592, Semayon. Semayon.
Semayon, right? So that's G 4592, and it means, it says a sign Okay, a sign, a mark, a token, that by which a person or a thing is distinguished from others and is known. A sign, a prodigy, portent, an unusual occurrence. And it's a mean definition right here, man. Right? It says an unusual occurrence transcending the common course of nature. That's a mean definition, man. You know, because that's exactly what it is, man. When you see these blood moons, that's an unusual occurrence. It's not normal to see a blood moon, damn, 9-10 days straight. You know, it is not something when you look at the blood moon, now you start relaxing, kind of take your foot off the gas. If anything, you on the highway, you gotta damn press your foot on the gas, man. You're on your damn motorcycle, you got your damn arms on the damn handlebars, you're turning them up, right? You might have your sunglasses kind of, you know, on your helmet or tied to your neck. Now you kind of put your damn glasses on, man. Kind of looking in your rearview mirror who you could pass. And now you kind of just get in that left lane, you kind of do your thing. Hey, some of them guys, they kind of in and out of cars. They kind of zooming the lanes, man. And you kind of driving like, hey, look, these guys are dang. These guys don't give a damn. But guess what? They got somewhere to go. And they in overdrive mode. And you got to be like that too, man. You know, you got to be moving fast in this thing. Right? We're not saying burn yourself out. But what we're saying is you should have your foot on the gas, man. There's no time to be going 66 miles per hour. Right? Well, it should be going 144 miles per hour, man. In a fast lane. Where I went to pull this blood moon. This was one of the better pictures we took. Like I said, this one was from Monday. It was a blood moon. Damn, every day of the week since like last Thursday? It was a blood moon last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. It was even a blood moon. You know? And that's an unusual occurrence. So the Lord said what? That there will be fearful sighting or signs in the heavens. Now, there's another definition for that word signs in the book of Luke, right? So like, bear with me. In the book of Luke, chapter 21, right? So it also says, all right, it's a definition of signs portending remarkable events soon to happen. So when Yahushua said in Luke 21:7, or when the apostles asked Yahushua, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? Now, again, that word sign, it means of signs portending remarkable events. Remarkable events soon to happen. See that? And you can't make this thing up, man. Right? Remarkable events soon to happen. Now, the remarkable means worthy of attention. Right? Like the chariots delivering the elect. Bombs being dropped on other nations, man. Right? Martial law kicking off. Damn EMP attack. Power grid go out. These are certain signs to let you know that you're at the end. Let's go to the book of Joel. Right? Actually, I said I was going to go back to Luke. Then we're going to go to Joel. Right? Luke chapter 21 and 25. And for those that don't know, the Cold Cuts channel is suspended. Right? Got suspended for a week. You know, this damn devil, man. You can't say nothing about anything anymore. So they kind of suspended the Cold Cut channel. So now we got the backup channel. Right? So we'll be on this channel for about a week or two until damn this, and I hate this damn devil, right? But until he opened this channel back up, man. This man's the #1 hypocrite, man. But you say anything about this damn devil that's the truth, they want to shut stuff down. That's why he's the evil man and the hypocrite, and he got to be damn destroyed, man. And he's doing everything in his power to hinder the ministry. right? But like, well, Esau's not that bad. Oh, damn. If we could sit down for 7 days straight with everybody in Israel that's in a right mind and get a list of everything the so-called white man done that's evil, hey, that still wouldn't be enough time. Because this man is just off. Right? But let me finish this in Luke 21 and 25. It reads, and there shall be signs in the sun. Right? And we went into that word signs. Right? We know what that's talking about. Salakia. And there should be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. Right? And upon the earth, distress of nations. And like I said, we was driving back from Detroit to Baltimore. We left like at 11 last night. Kind of got here in the morning, and we saw, we was kind of driving, and my rib kept seeing damn chariots, man. Kind of saw a star, and then a star. It had to have been a chariot. We was trying to figure it out. It was a star, but it kind of diminished, and it was bright. Then just like that, it turned dark, and it went from one part of the sky to another part of the sky, and it got real bright. And then there was another one that turned orange, and it kind of flew past the car. And that's why even Babylon the Great, they're saying it's been a 200% increase in chariot sightings, or they'll call it UFO. And the Most High got the spirit on the earth when everybody's talking about the chariots. The government, the CIA is doing reports. Even your average Joe, he's doing his 9 to 5. He's going home around 5:30, stuck in traffic, and he's seeing the UFOs. So nobody can ignore it. All right. So that's what it means. And in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. And you almost had a damn tsunami. The sea and the waves roaring, man. The nations in a tumult. Right? So these are the end. You're living in the end of the world. Right? You're living in the end of the world. And I don't know what to tell you. Right? Let's go to the book of Joel. Right? Let's go to Joel, the first chapter. So brothers should understand that, man. Right? That's right there at 143 of 144,000 accounts. See that Benjamin Israel said there was a fire in the sky of Texas this week. See that? You can't make this stuff up, man. Yeah, I didn't see that when they had fire in the sky. Right? But let's read on this this Joel chapter 2 and 28. Right? Joel chapter 2 and 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. And that's happening now. We talk to a lot of people in Israel, and everybody's having dreams of the end of the world. Rather of them getting beamed up in a chariot, or rather UFOs shooting down buildings, or rather it's martial law and Esau going door to door, or rather they're running in the woods. Everybody's having dreams and visions. Now don't put your head down if you're not having dreams or visions. That may not be your lot, or you may not have received them yet. But a lot of people are living this prophecy right now. Old men dreaming dreams, man. Waking up in the middle of the night with a cold sweat. Wake up trying to figure out what was that about. Some brothers, they writing their dream down. They try to remember bits and pieces. Why? Because that's a sign of the end of the world. And only the Most High, Yahweh Shah, can put the spirit in you to see things biblically that you have yet to see before. But you see it in a vision. The Most High might even put you in a trance, like he did Balaam in Numbers chapter 24. Right? Let me get that real quick. It said in the vision or in a trance having his eyes open. Right? Let me get that precept in Numbers chapter 24 before I go back to that. This Numbers chapter 24 and verse 16. Right? Numbers chapter 24 and 16. He hath said, which heard the words of the Most High and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. So the Lord can do that. The Lord can give you dreams, right? The Lord can give you nightmares. The Lord can have you fall into a trance and you be sitting there, damn, driving, or you at your damn workplace, or you kind of damn relaxing. Then the Most High put you in a trance and you start seeing the chariots. You start seeing visions of the third heaven. You start seeing visions of the kingdom. Esau going to slavery. And then, now you may kind of sit there and look like you kind of spaced out. You might be in a room with people. You know, they kind of looking, what's wrong with you? They may be waving a hand in front of your face, trying to throw stuff at you, calling your name, trying to get your attention, but you stuck in a trance, and nothing can shake the spirit. And the Most High can do that to you in the last days, man. Have you in a trance and seeing the end of the world, but your eyes are still open. And these are the signs that are happening, man. These things are happening on the earth, man. You know? So back in Joel chapter 2 and 29, it reads, and also upon the servants and upon the handmaids, and those days will I pour out my spirit, right? And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. And the Lord is definitely showing wonders in the heavens, right? Miraculous signs, things that you have yet to see before. You know, things that you have yet to experience, man. Like the 9-10 days straight of blood moons. Now, we don't know when it's going to stop. But we do know either it could be blood moons to the day of the Lord, or it could kind of stop and all hell might break loose. We don't know. But we're pretty much on the edge of our seat right now. Since I've been in the truth, I've yet to see the signs in the heaven like it is in the last days. You know, I haven't seen it like that, man. Now, you can have men in the truth that's been in it longer than me and say, okay, look, I've seen that, but I doubt it. 9 to 10 days straight of blood moons, I doubt it. You know? So if anybody should be on the edge of their seat and being on fire, it should be you men and women of the Lord, man. Because it can hit the fan any second. And like we always say, there's no woulda, shoulda, couldas when Jacob's trouble kick off. You know? I'm going to read that one more time. Joel chapter 2 and verse 30. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, right? Blood and fire and pillars of smoke. Bloodshed, blood moons, wildfires, explosions. You understand? Pillars of smoke, volcanic eruptions, bombs going off, mushroom clouds. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall be delivered. For Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord had said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call. So the Lord is going to save the elect that call upon his name. But you just can't call upon the name of the Lord. You got to keep the commandments too. You got to have faith. You got to have mercy. You got to have charity. You got to be diligent. You know? Let's go to Revelation, the 6th chapter. All right? Let's go to Revelation chapter 6 and verse 12. Right? This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 12. It reads, and I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. So now you have the blood moon being prophesied, and the stars falling to the heaven are with the missiles. It's not actual stars that are going to hit the earth. It's speaking about the ICBM missiles. Now, when you're on the earth, and airily, when you're looking up at the sky, these stars look like missiles, or the missiles look like the stars, especially when they're high up in a firmament and they coming down. If you didn't know any better, you might have thought it was a star, you know? And in the end of the world, people are going to see these missiles coming down, and they're going to think it's stars falling down to that explosion kickoff, man. You know? So these are the different testimonies that Yahweh sent the Apostle John and our other forefathers, man. This is the testimony of Yahweh. It's the spirit that you should be in, man. Right? Let's get that in Revelation chapter 19. This is the spirit of prophecy. This is the spirit that everybody should be in. Revelation chapter 19 and verse 10. It reads, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. The angel said, don't worship me. Hey, worship the Most High. Right? By Hashem Yahweh. Right? See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh. Worship the Most High. For the testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy. So even the angels have the testimony of the Lord. Men, you have the testimony of the Lord. So they have the spirit of prophecy. Because the Lord charged the angels, or charged this particular angel, Yahweh's angel, to show John the different signs at the end of the world. The 7 seals, the 7 trumpets, the 4 and 20 elders, the testimony, right? And what did he say? It's like he says, worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy. So if you believe in Yahweh, you men of the Lord, you should be in the spirit of prophecy. You shouldn't be in the spirit of folly. You should be in the spirit of the NBA draft. That's all I see. Well, who's going to draft who? We don't give a damn who's going to draft who, man. Right? We don't care about what's happening in the NBA. We're not worried about the Olympics. You got people messaging, well, do you think China's going to have more gold medals, or is it going to be Japan? Hey, I'm going to throw my phone at the damn wall if somebody asks me about China's gold medals in Japan. I don't care about that Eve, the damn backflipping Eve, Simone Biles, right? We're not dealing with that, man. And if she want to participate, we don't care. Hey, look, we're looking at the future, man. We're looking to get out of here. We're not holding on to these things. We don't care about the wealth, the riches, a good job, buying land, buying a whole bunch of land, buying the next big house. Now we know we have to be in the world, right? But the Lord said, use the world, not abusing it. So we're not knocking, surviving, but we're not making this place our rest. You should be in the spirit of prophecy. Let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14. You got brothers, they only want to read Bell and the Dragon all day. Sitting there, oh man, how tall was the dragon? Was Daniel a young man, or it's like it was Daniel an old man? How big was those footprints? If I was there, I would measure it, right? And I would throw more sand. And then if Bell and the Dragon, and hey, we're not reading Bell and the Dragon 24/7. Fasting on trying to get the understanding for Bell and the Dragon. It's straight to the point. We're not doing in-depth breakdowns on the history of Susanna, right? Pulling up pictures of the tree that the damn wicked judges was under. Okay, this is a master tree. Okay, this is this type of tree. We're not doing that. We're going into the prophecies. All right. Hey, we ought to do a lesson on that, man. The spirit of prophecy. Right? And you got brothers doing lessons on a 401k plan. See, if you invest in this company, they'll match you 50%. So if you put in this, we're not dealing with that, man. Pension plans, 401k. You got people worried about hot air balloons. Or am I going to be able to go to Jersey and get in a hot air balloon and travel with my fringes on? Right? We're not dealing with that, man. Our majority of our hey, the Lord said in I'm gonna get this quick precept before I go to 1 Corinthians. And the Lord says, Salakia, he said our conversation is in heaven, man. This Philippians chapter 3 and 20, right? Philippians chapter 3 and 20. It reads, for our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. See that? So Yahweh Shai, he's going to change our vile body. That's only if your conversation is in heaven. Your conversation can't be on the earth. When you read Psalms chapter 73, the Lord speaks about Esau. His tongue speaks against heaven, and his tongue walks in the earth, because he's a carnally minded man. We should be speaking about the kingdom of heaven, the prophecies, the blood moons, World War III, the signs of the end of the world. I don't want to talk about Bitcoin and Forex. I'm not joining a Forex club or whatever it is, man. Oh, just give it a chance. I'm not giving it a chance. Now, it's not a sin. I'm not knocking brothers that do it. I'm not going to get on you. But guess what? I got too much going on, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And that takes a lot of time away from the truth. You got to spend time hitting the damn button. You know? The Lord said, putting out your trust in uncertain riches. In 1 Timothy chapter 6. Those are uncertain riches. Some days you might have money. Some days you might not have money. Sometimes you make it big. Some days you lose a couple grand. We're not putting our trust in uncertain riches. Don't ask me, do I want to go on vacation with you? Oh, let's go to Turk and Caicos. Right? Just get away. Those are fighting words. Why don't you stop reading? Those are fighting words. Just stop praying. Right? We're not dealing with that, man. Our conversation is in heaven. Let's go to Colossians 3:1. Right? Let's go to Colossians chapter 3 and verse 1. Right? It reads, if ye then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. See that? So your affection, meaning your love, and what you're attracted to should be things that are above. You should be looking forward to America being destroyed. You should hate your job. You should hate paying tolls and taxes. You should hate these damn t-shirts and these damn non-silk mitris and your damn children out of order, and it's damn police sirens every day. You know, you might live in a damn apartment. You might hear your damn neighbors popping each other, kids running around above you. You might live in a house, you might go outside. Your neighbors might be walking around naked. They might be nudists. You should be looking to get the hell out from this place, man. All right, look, the Lord said, set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Hamashiach in the Most High. So if you set your affection on things on the earth, what else is in the earth? That old man. Remember, when you come into this truth, your old man is buried with Yahweh Shai. So if you're looking at the earthly things, you're occupied on the old man. You're occupied on things that are unprofitable. But if you set your affection on things above, you're setting your affection on the new man, on things that the new man is looking forward to, because the new man is above. That's you being spiritually resurrected. You see that? So the new man is above. The earthly old man is in the earth, buried with Yahweh Shai. Right? See that in Colossians 2:12. Right? This is Colossians 2:12. Buried with him in baptism. So your old man is buried with Yahweh Shai. So if you're a man that's focused in the world, you might as well be trying to dig that old man out the grave that was supposed to be buried and long gone. Right? Buried with him in baptism, wherein also ye are risen with him through faith of the operation of the Most High, who hath raised them from the dead. So if you're raised from the dead, why would you seek things that are beneath you? A man is resurrected, he's seeking things above. You know? And that's the mentality we got to have, man. We're not looking to make it here. Now I want to go to, I had another precept in my mind. I was holding something. I want to go back to, I believe I was in Revelation. If I didn't read that already, I read Joel. I want to get a few more, and then we're going to kind of wind down. Right? We're going to get a few more. We're going to wind down. See that good precept, the brother Ban Yawasap, House of Manasseh, for the Most High created him to be immortal and made him an image of his own eternity. That's right. That's Wisdom of Solomon 2:23. Right? Gary Turner, good precept. Matthew 6:19 through 20. At Mark 4:4, those are good precepts, man. Let me get that one in Matthew 6. Right? That's a good precept for Israel, man. Matthew chapter 6:19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. And that's what we're looking forward to, man. And I want to get this in First Maccabees. We're looking forward to heavenly treasures. All right, we're looking forward to immortality. We're looking forward to everlasting life, man. We're looking forward to dominion. I want to get this precept in Second Maccabees 5. Right? I want to get this because they saw strange signs in the heavens during that time. All right, this Second Maccabees chapter 5:1. The same way that we've seen blood moons, 10 days straight. Some brothers, like I said, some brothers said they saw 12 days straight. Some brothers 10, some brothers 9, right? But we know it's been more than a week. We can all come to that conclusion that it's been a blood moon in the sky for about 7 days straight, maybe a little more, maybe 9 days straight, whatever the case may be. Now, that's a fearful omen, but you had an omen that happened during the time of Maccabees too, right? And I want to show you the mentality that our forefathers had. This Second Maccabees 5:1. About the same time, Antiochus prepared a second voyage into Egypt. And then it happened. So Antiochus is getting ready to start war. He's not going into Egypt to play checkers. Antiochus from the Seleucid dynasty is going to war with the Ptolemaic dynasty. Right? This is the one of the Syrian wars. You have 6 Syrian wars you can read about in Daniel 11th chapter. So before war kicked off, that's the key context. Before a global war between the two top powers, or two of the top powers at the time, right? About the same time, Antiochus prepared his second voyage into Egypt. And then it happened that through all the city, for the space almost of 40 days, there were seen horsemen running in the air, and cloth of gold, and armed with lances like a band of soldiers. So before war kicked off, what they saw during the time of the Maccabees was the entire sky. They didn't see a blood moon consecutively, but what did they see? They saw chariots doing war games, war drills, moving in military formation. You understand? Shooting the lasers at each other, activating the force fields, running into one another, moving in different formations, separated. They saw that for 40 days straight. Right? It reads verse 2. And troops of horsemen in array, encountering and running one against another, with shaking of shields, and a multitude of pikes, and drawing of swords, and casting of darts. They even shooting out their own lasers, and glittering of golden ornaments, and harnesses of all sorts. Here's the point I want. 2 Maccabees 5:4. Wherefore every man prayed. So when they saw that, wherefore every man prayed that the apparition might turn to good. See that? So when you see these fearful sights and these apparitions and the signs of the world, you got to pray that it turns to your good, man. You got to pray that the Most High has mercy on you. Pray that the Lord deliver you. Imagine seeing the chariots in the sky for 40 days straight, shooting off lasers, activating force fields. And I'm led to believe that it was loud too. It wasn't quiet. I'm sure everybody heard that too, man. You can't sleep at night because you get up in the morning, in the middle of the night, you see the chariots covering the sky. Just like now you see the blood moon 9 to 10 days straight. You got to pray that the Most High has mercy on you, man. And that it turns to your good. Because that blood moon not only is a sign for the other nations being cast down, but it's also a sign for the 2/3 too. And we don't want to be part of the 2/3, man. We want to pray that we're numbered amongst the saints. And to that in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. How is he numbered amongst the saints? And his lot among the children of God. Right, let me get that real quick. You want to be numbered amongst the saints, man. Right, let's get that in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and verse 5. How is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints? So you don't want to be numbered amongst the 2/3. You want to be numbered amongst the children of God. Let's get another precept on that. Let's go to Psalms. I believe I want Psalms 87. Right? This Psalms chapter 87 and verse 5. Psalms 87 and 5. And of Zion it shall be said, this and that man was born in her, and the highest himself shall establish her. The Lord shall count. Right? So it says, Yahweh Bashmiah shall count when he writeth up the people that this man was born there. So the Lord is going to number the people and even have an account on where you was born when you're delivered. Some man was born in Philistia, some man was born in DC, certain man was born in Philly, man was born in the land of Ham. Hey, this and that man was born there, and the Lord is going to number up the saints. You know? And it's going to be written and recorded forever, man. Now, you want to, again, pray that this apparition might be turned to good. Because like I said, these blood moons, they can continue into the day of the Lord, or they can shut just like that. They can stop. Any given second, Japan can be bombed. Taiwan could be bombed. Stop thinking these nations are just talking. The Lord's going to turn that talk, turn into actions. Even the Lord said in 1 Samuel 2 and 3, talk no more exceedingly proud. And let not arrogancy come out of your mouth. For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. So if the Most High told man actions are weighed, how do you think the Most High holds himself? The Lord isn't just going to talk, or there might be war, rumors of war. No, actions are going to come out too. Nations will be bombed. Like I said, Japan may get bombed, Taiwan, you know, Iran, Syria, Russia. It could be a false flag attack. In Babylon, they may blame it on the black Hebrew Israelites. You know? You never know how this thing is going to go, man. So that's why we have to be walking on pins and needles. Let's go to Luke chapter 21. Right? Let's go to Luke chapter 21 and verse 34. Right? This is Luke chapter 21 and 34. It reads, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. So the Lord said, take heed. And this is one of my favorite precepts, man. Lest your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting. What is surfeiting? Surfeiting is being too caught up in the world, doing things in excess, working extra hours at your job you don't need to, spending too much time with your wife when you're not reading, hanging out with your children all day when you should be fasting. That's doing things in excess. Cleaning out the attic, right? When you didn't even read all day. Spring cleaning, online shopping, when you should be studying, watching the videos. You sitting on Amazon shopping for 3 hours, man. So I'll read before I go to bed. Hey, guess what? You're not going to make it. You're going to be cut down. That's what it means when you're doing things, you're surfeiting. The Lord isn't dealing with a surfeiting spirit, man. Like the brother Key, HOY Buffalo, like the brother said, vanity, man. You know? You're trying to figure out how many times you should go to the gym. You only read 2 chapters before you go to bed. Don't be the brother. You only read 2 chapters because you're so drained and worn out. You go to, and you know you're not going to finish the 2 chapters. You're going to go to bed reading. I'll just read myself to sleep. Well, the Lord going to put you to sleep, man. Perpetually, and you're not going to wake up. You know? Brothers should be praying more, studying more, reading more, fasting more. Hey, this thing is real. This is not a game. This is not something. This is not a fable. This isn't something we're just talking about because we don't have nothing else to do. I wasn't sitting around, so I don't have nothing to do. Might as well just go live. No, this is the Lord stirs up our spirit to do these things. You know, the spirit kind of hop on you, and it's a fire in your bones, right? And you're weary with forbearing, and you cannot stay, right? But I want to read that again, right? Luke 21:34, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts, meaning your mind, be overcharged. Overcharged, meaning you too much business of the world. You got too much on your plate. You can't handle it. You're overcharged. You're going above and beyond what you should be doing. Your time management is off. You only read 10 minutes out the day. You might watch the end of the video. You got brothers, you making a garden right now. You know, you're going back to school to get your double doctorate degree. That's surfeiting. The Lord said in Sirach 38:24, the wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that hath little business shall become wise. That's Sirach 38:24. Now we know you have to work and you have to, provide for your household and take care of your family and have food on the table, but you want to balance that out too. You should, in this truth, should want to have as little business as you can. Because if you're busy occupied, how are you going to sit there and get into the prophecies? When are you going to have time to study? When are you going to have time to watch? When are you going to have time to get into this thing? You're always working. You're a damn workaholic for Esau, but not a workaholic for Yahweh while Yahweh shot. And that's going to be to your detriment and your downfall. Right? I'm going to go to Sirach 38 real quick. I paraphrased it. I talked about it, but now it's time we actually going to be about it. Right? Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 38 at 24. Right? Sirach 38:24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that hath little business shall become wise. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the gold, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks? Yeah, how can you get wisdom all day if you sit around worried about damn bullocks and oxen? And they had men like that in the ancient world. It was men like that. You had men that was dropping parables and talking of wisdom. Then you got that one guy, all you do is talk about ox. Yeah. I can't study right now because I can't get into the Torah because I'm worried about my oxen. I want to know if his horns are going to be sharp enough. Or I want to know if he can really plow the way I want him to plow. That's like Jake now. All you do is talk about cars. You working on cars all day. Or I gotta fix my transmission. Or I want to get my windows tinted. Or I want to get some 24s. Or I want to install this engine. Or I want to get these lights. Right? You never occupied in the word because all you do is talk about cars all day. And damn sports, man. Sports is one of the worst things that happen to you Israelites, man. Imagine all the time, Jake, you spend trying to make it to the NBA and NFL that you spent trying to get into this word. How can you get wisdom if you busy damn running football routes all day? Pumping iron. It's not going to happen. Let's read on. Sirach 38 and 26. He giveth his mind to make furrows and is diligent to give the kind fodder. So every carpenter and workmaster that laboreth night and day. You have men of the world that labor night and day. And you can go on YouTube and they got damn weird videos when people turn chains into swords. People turn one block up. They take a tree trunk and turn it to a damn door. They up night and day, cutting, sawing, sanding, blow the sawdust stuff of it, painting it, and that's all they do. They're not worried about the blood moon. They can't even see it because they're in their garage all night, playing heavy metal, sawing up a damn tree. How can you get wisdom? You're laboring night and day in the world. Like Jake, you working damn 15 hours at your job. How you expect to have time to read and study? You're not going to have time to read and study. If you're working 15, 14, 13-hour shifts every day, you're going to get burnt out. You're going to go home. You're going to put your feet up. You got to eat. You still got to shower. You know? You got to go to sleep. And then guess what? You up, you're doing it all over again. Right? That is madness. You have to have time management in this thing too. See, that the spirit had us kind of shift gears a little bit. Right? And you got certain brothers, they still work on the Sabbath. I seen a brother on Twitter today. He said, guess what? He pretty much, I don't want to put words in the brother's mouth. He could come out and say, look, I didn't say that. He could say, look, you kind of switch my words around. Okay, look, what's Salaki? What the brother pretty much said, I'm gonna work on the Sabbath and repent till Yahweh shall return. Pretty much said it is what it is. You know? That's where his mind is at. Right? He pretty much said that. Now you have brothers kind of came on and said, hey, Ak, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be looking for another job. So you're not working on the Sabbath every time. You know? But that's where a lot of our people's head is at, man. Just building up this man's system. You had what's that? Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, damn sports guy. He said the number one thing I wake up with in my mind is how can I make my boss more money? I think he said make my boss more money, and I think make the company more money. He kind of came out and said that. So his mind not right. He said the number one thing I think about is how to make my job more money. You got brothers in the truth like that, man. I don't want to let Esau down. I want to let my boss down. You know damn well you got to fast this week, and Esau come to everybody and say, well, who can stay late 5 hours? And you scared to say no. Oh, well, yeah, I can stay 5 hours. No, damn well it's the Day of Atonement coming in. And you got to study. And you told the brothers you was going to fast with them. Stop giving this devil all your damn time, man. And making him your God. The madness. The stuff that I hear is complete folly. Right? But let's read on. So you have carpenters. They work night and day. They saw. They sand. They do it all day. Men that deal with oxen. They deal with them all day. They don't have time to study. They don't have time to read. Let's read on. Sirach 38 and 27. So every carpenter and workmaster that laboreth night and day, and they that cut and grave seals are diligent to make great variety, and give themselves to counterfeit imagery, to watch to finish a work. The smith also, sitting by the anvil, and considering the ironwork, the vapor of the fire wasteth his flesh, and he fighteth with the heat of the furnace. The noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears, and his eyes look still upon the pattern of the thing that he maketh. He setteth his mind to finish his work, and watcheth to polish it perfectly. You have men that are blacksmith. They sitting there with the damn hammer. They put the sword on the anvil. They hammering it all day. It's loud as hell. They hold the sword up. They don't like it. They put it back in the fire. They dip it in the water. It's hot. They sweating. And that's all they do. That's all they do. They don't have time to study. They don't have time to fast because they're occupied in their own thing. And that's who their God is. Right? That's how Jake is in the world, man. I'm going to jump down. I want to get straight to the point. Verse 31. Sirach 38 and 31. All these trust to their hands, and everyone is wise in his work. Without these cannot a city be inhabited, and they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down. So yeah, you need job. I'm not saying that it's not a bad thing to work. You know, you need people to make the handicap sign. That don't pop up at the parking lot. When you go to the parking lot and you driving at the Walmart or the CVS and you see that handicap sign, people make that. That's all they do. Day and night. Q-tips. You got people that make Q-tips day and night. in a factory, pressing the button on the assembly line, the damn thing come out, press another button. That's all they do. Without these, a city can't be inhabited. Right? You got people that make the little tips for your shoelaces. You know, your little aglet, they put it on your shoelace. That's all they do. 24/7. You got mechanics. All they do is work on cars 24/7. You got people that make roads. That's all they do. Don't be those guys who just keep the world running. Right? Verse 33. They should not be sought for in public council, nor sit in the high congregation. They should not sit on the judge's seat. So if you're too occupied in the world, you're not going to sit in the judge's seat. Why? Because you don't know how to judge. You don't know any laws. You're too busy working on cars, going to the gym, spending time with your women all day, reading the Harry Potter books, right? It's like it reads Sirach 38:33, the latter part of the verse, nor understand the sentence of judgment. They cannot declare justice and judgment. They shall not be found where parables are spoken. But, check this out, but they will maintain the state of the world, and all their desire is in the work of their craft. Don't be the brother that's surfetting, and all you do is maintain the state of the world. Meaning you keep the world running, right? That's all you do. You make sidewalks for people. You might make traffic lights. You might be in a warehouse making boxes. You might turn big boxes to little boxes and little boxes to big boxes. You might cut hair. You might be a barber, right? You might be with the jackhammer all day on the side of the road. Don't be the brother that just maintain the state of the world. We're looking to get out of here, man. Don't be somebody to keep the world running. Be somebody to destroy this world, man, with prophecy and with judgment and with testimonies and the spirit of prophecy, man. We looking to make it out of here, man. We want to maintain a state of the kingdom of heaven. We want to rule over 10 cities. We want to rule over 5 cities. We want to put the nations in order. We give a damn about maintaining the state of the world, man. So you don't want to be overcharged with surfeiting and the cares of this life and drunkenness, man. But then being caught up in the world, right? It's Luke 21:36. I'm gonna read 35. Luke 21:35. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, right? And pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So you have to watch always, man. It may be another blood moon tonight. We don't know. Most are willing it is. You may see more chariot sightings, right? Hey, World War III could kick off any second. Watch and pray always. Stop praying once a day. Thank you, Jesus, for my food. Amen. And then you eat your damn food, making a damn mess everywhere, right? Don't be that guy, man. Right? You just in the car. Thank you, God. And the damn radio on blast, man. You know? You got the damn radio and your favorite song on blast, and all you do is say, thank you, God. You can't even hear yourself talk, thinking that you're praying. Pray always. At least 7 times a day. That's the least you can do. Right? Face the east, call upon the name of the Lord so we can get the hell out of here, man. You know? So we can look at make it out of this place and see the downfall. The Lord said, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. You know? That's Psalms 91. Psalm 92 follows up and says what? It says, with mine eyes shall I see the desire of the wicked, paraphrasing. And my ears shall hear the desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. You know? So, brothers, make sure that you're on fire. You reading, you studying, you praying, you fasting. Again, that Cold Cuts channel is suspended for about a week or 2. So look out for Cold Cuts on the backup channel. Look out for more Subscribe to the WFI Chicago camp. We had a beautiful groundbreaking out there in Chicago with the brothers, right? So subscribe to them brothers, the mighty brothers out there in Chicago. If you're in the Detroit area, we just opened up the school through the Spirit. So go fellowship, congregate, get the word. Now we got work to do, right? But with that, I'm gonna close up, giving, of course, all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach, Kwam Yashala, Shalom.